Avery Friedman, a civil rights attorney and law professor in Cleveland. Good to see you.
Hi, Frederica.
And Richard Herman, a New York criminal defense attorney and law professor, joining us from Honolulu. I'm always admiring you all's ties, and once again, you're in sync with the stripes. I like it.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
All right, gentlemen. So
it's total coincidence.
All right, thanks. All right, let's start with the push for this videotaped deposition that we heard Gloria Allred talking about. How likely, Avery, is that to happen?
100%, Frederica. I mean, it seems that there was a lot of discussion about sanctions and defaults. Look, that's what the rule says, but other than flamethrowing, the issue zeroed in here is, did Judith Huth have repressed psychological injury, which she discovered about 50 years after the event? And if she can show that, that's all the Supreme Court denial of review did. The case goes forward. It's a standard civil suit, and frankly, the cause is just, Frederica. I hope a deposition does go forward, and I hope Bill Cosby shows up and goes under oath so we can get some explanations of what's going on.
So then, Richard, is it possible, is it a likelihood that his attorneys will say, you know, why do we need a new deposition? The deposition that was sealed for a very long time, 10 years ago, that was recently made public. It is a similar case. Right. Why not just use that? Is that something his attorneys would likely say to get out of a new deposition?
No, they can't say that, Fred. This is a separate case, separate set of facts, separate circumstances. Right. So this deposition, if it goes forward, will refer to the facts of this particular case. But someone's sleeping at the wheel in the California court system to even allow this case to continue.
Why?
Fred, 35 years ago, allegedly, something took place when this 15-year-old got herself at the Playboy Mansion and was partying with Bill Cosby and a lot of other people there, Fred. And all of a sudden, 35 years later, she brings litigation for the first time, against Bill Cosby after years ago trying to sell her story. So her claim that she all of a sudden woke up and realized these repressed damages.
And isn't it also the case that the reason why there's no statute of limitations on this is because it involves a minor? The fact that it happened in the 70s, if it involved an adult, then this case would not be proceeding forward. So how does that impact or change the dynamics? And, of course, answer the question of this 15-year-old in a Playboy Mansion in the first place anyway.
Because allegedly, if there is a repression, it was held back and it comes out. But if the woman tried to sell her story years ago, the repression was over with then.
Richard,
and it came out. And they didn't bring anything. And you know, Fred, I don't know if it's just me, but when Gloria Allred speaks or she gets involved in a case, it's like chalk on a blackboard. To me, she doesn't care about the substantive nature of the case. It's all publicity. Publicity.
But haven't we also heard, gentlemen, heard consistently from many of these women who, whether they tried to tell someone, long ago, they couldn't get the support, and now in recent months particularly in recent months, there is a feeling of comfort that there are other women who have shared a similar story, and that's why now there is a place or a level of comfort where they want to share and now pursue for their alleged experiences. Avery, that has to be meaningful, does it not?
I think that's a very fair way of putting what's going on. There are 45 women who have surfaced, 4 civil suits, 1 seeking damages. That's the Huth case. But the issue of she was selling it to the tabloids 10 years ago is an allegation. All the Supreme Court did this past week is say, let the case go forward. If the defense has that as evidence, introduce it. So we're just at the beginning. You can't assume that that's true, but I do agree that because the case is now going forward, other women who were reluctant to stand up and fight back are now joining in and saying, you know what, I want to be part of this, or at least I want my story to be told. That's a good thing, and it's a healthy thing.
All right.
Hey, Fred,
any last thoughts on that?
35 years ago,
Richard?
Fred,
Yeah.
Fred, they're going to ask him questions of events and facts that took place 35 years ago. Do you know what you had for dinner 3 days ago? So, and that
I'm the last person to ask because I can barely remember, yesterday's lunch.
All right. I shouldn't have asked that.
But yeah, I'm the last one you want to ask.
If this thing ever goes forward.
Most people have a much better memory than me.
Forget about what you had for
breakfast. If it goes forward, Horton, Fred Horton, the elephant. Okay, Fred, listen. If it goes forward, here's going to be the answers for him, right? I don't recall. I don't recall. I don't know.
That's right.
I'm not sure. I'm not going to
That's right.
speculate. I don't recall. That's how it's going to come down, Fred.
See,
this is a
I thought
circus,
Richard might
another
have-
Gloria,
I thought Richard
all
might have
red,
too much
all
sun
wrong
being there
circus.
on the beach.
Oh boy.
I thought
just
he'd
jealous.
be exposed to too much sun. But that part of it
That's right,
actually
in
makes sense.
Honolulu.
I think he's going to say, I don't remember.
Yeah, I know
That's
he's going
exactly
surfing
right.
after this live shot hit. So
I
hey.
think that's exactly right.
Right now, North Shore, baby.
Okay. All right, Richard, Avery, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate
Take
it.
care.